ever asked yourself why some women prefer one man over another, even when both seem similar on the surface? You might be standing in the same place, saying similar things, maybe even having more achievements, yet the attention goes to someone else. It is a frustrating question, and it is honest to admit it. Why him and not me? The first thing to understand is that attraction is not a logical scoreboard. It is not a checklist where height, money, humor, and status are added up and the highest number wins. Human connection does not work like a math equation. A lot of the decision happens on a feeling level. Sometimes the man who is chosen does not have the best qualities on paper, but he creates a different emotional experience in the room. Presence plays a bigger role than most people realize. Some men walk into a room completely at ease with themselves. They are not trying too hard to impress. They are not speaking just to fill silence. They are not scanning the room for validation. They sit comfortably, speak calmly, and listen without looking nervous. That calmness communicates strength, not loud dominance, not arrogance, but internal stability. And people can sense that stability almost instantly. Another key factor is neediness, even subtle neediness. When someone feels that you are desperate for approval, the dynamic shifts. Over-laughing, over-agreeing, over-texting, constantly trying to entertain. These behaviors can quietly signal insecurity. On the other hand, a man who seems genuinely okay whether he is chosen or not gives off a different energy. It suggests self-respect. Not indifference, not coldness, but self-assurance. That emotional independence is attractive because it removes pressure from the interaction. There is also the element of mystery, but not in a dramatic movie sense. Simply not revealing everything about yourself immediately creates space for curiosity. When someone shares their entire life story too quickly, there is little left to discover. Attraction often grows in layers. A balanced pace, where you're open but not oversharing, keeps interest alive. Curiosity naturally draws people closer. Emotional stability is another major factor. A man who does not react intensely to small things, who does not become jealous at the slightest trigger, who does not completely change his personality around women, creates a sense of safety. Safety is deeply attractive, even if it is rarely mentioned directly. Consistency builds trust, and trust builds comfort. Comfort over time builds connection. It is also important to accept something simple. Sometimes it is just preference. People have different tastes, emotional patterns, and life experiences that shape who they connect with. Not being chosen in one situation does not define your value. It often just means the chemistry was not aligned in that moment. So why him? In many cases, it is not because he is objectively better. It is because he appears centered. He is not forcing attention. He is not chasing validation. He is grounded in himself. And that grounded presence changes how others respond to him. When you focus less on competing and more on becoming emotionally steady, self-aware, and comfortable in your own skin, the dynamic shifts. The question slowly changes from why him to who truly aligns with me. Listen, let me say this to you like a friend. Most guys think there's a secret formula, a line, a move, something they're missing. There isn't. You're not losing because he has a better watch, or because he's slightly taller, or because his photos look better. That's surface level thinking. And surface level thinking keeps you stuck. What separates men isn't flash, it's frame. And sometimes when you're around a woman you like, you shift. Your tone shifts, your posture shifts, your energy shifts. You start managing yourself, trying to say the right thing, trying to get it perfect. The moment you start performing, she feels it. You're no longer just there, you're trying. The guy she leans toward, he's not performing. He's the same whether she laughs or ignores him. He doesn't tighten up, he doesn't speed up, he doesn't try harder. That consistency feels solid, and solid feels safe. Here's the uncomfortable part. If your mood rises and falls based on her response, you've handed her the emotional steering wheel. That creates pressure. Not because you're weak, but because you're outcome focused. And outcome dependence is heavy. The different guy isn't detached. He just isn't outcome hungry. If she chooses him, cool. If she doesn't, his direction doesn't change. He's still building, still moving, still improving. That forward motion is attractive. It signals, my life doesn't pause for validation. Let's talk boundaries. Being nice isn't enough. If you agree with everything, laugh at everything, cancel plans instantly, tolerate subtle disrespect, that's not strength. That's compliance. But if you can calmly say, not tonight. If you can disagree without getting defensive. If you can hold eye contact instead of nervous laughter, that communicates value. And value attracts. The real shift happens when you stop chasing approval and start living aligned with yourself. You don't measure your value by who chooses you anymore. You focus on your standards, your direction, your pace. You stay calm when others react, consistent when the world tests you, and grounded no matter the outcome. Attraction follows naturally when you're centered, stable, and selective. You stop trying to impress, you stop performing, and you simply exist at your best. And once you move like that, you'll notice something subtle. The energy shifts, not because you forced it, but because you finally stopped trying to.